Mobile technology is unbelievably ubiquitous. The genie is out of the bottle. It's so here now, and it's so everywhere all of the time. It's a natural way of how we operate. We can rethink the city at every scale, from small intelligent devices like cell phones or what have you, to vehicle design, to the city itself.
Just a few short decades ago, the world was a very different place than it is today. People tend to underestimate how quickly things change and how fundamentally things change.
We get surprised all the time with the advantages of what mobile tech can do. We want to think, what more can it do, and where do those things match the needs of people and the needs of the planet?
To think of them as just phones is limiting. Mobile network changes the way that people are able to communicate and how we operate in the physical world around us.
To transition and see that now we can control the physical devices in our world is just amazing. The Internet of Things, it's essentially any object, any physical device that has an embedded wireless chip can be networked into the internet.
Your toaster tells you the toast is ready. Your apartment changes to 76 degrees Fahrenheit. It connects you to your bus that's about to leave now.
Your refrigerator will be telling you it's out of milk, and you'll be able to have a shopping list to send directly to a grocery store.
If you think about what technology was really meant to do, is to make our lives easier. So the smart home is really about having individual connected devices, like a light or a lock, and then bringing them together to where you can control all of these, but not only that, but you can automate them. I don't even think about locking the doors anymore. I just drive away and I hit my geofence and my thermostat turns back, my lights turn off, and my locks lock the house. Together, the next evolutionary step is that we'll have each sector talking with one another. So our smart home will talk to our smart car.
The mobile network will ultimately need to help carry all that information. But over time, there will be more and more different kinds of applications.
Cars need to be smarter because the entire transportation industry is changing. People come through the Drive Studio, we want everybody to understand that AT&T is driving innovation. Your car will now be connected. It's simply another device that's connected to the whole infrastructure around you. Weather, navigation, traffic, being able to turn your lights on or turn your lights off, being able to open your garage when you're a block from your house automatically because it knows your location. Where the industry is really going is to where all of these cars are connected to one another. I can talk to that car up ahead of me. So it knows if a bunch of cars are hard braking because somebody stepped out in traffic, it would be able to sense the individuals that are walking on the sidewalk there. And your car will actually be able to slow itself down. This car becomes a piece of a network, an Internet of Things. The infrastructure will be able to know how many cars are coming down Peachtree Street going south at 8 o'clock in the morning. And it can now adjust the traffic lights and the traffic patterns to make them run more efficiently.
Internet of Things is interesting because what we're talking about is very low power, very cheap ways for all kinds of urban infrastructure to talk to each other.
We've had many ideas about improving how people move through cities, how flow functions. The entire 20th century, for instance, in the United States was affected by the automobile. Cities were designed around cars.
When these cities were created, people were not moving through cities in the same way that they are now. The patterns have completely changed.
So the next idea is to actually change the technology of how one moves, designed to fit cities, not cities designed around cars.
When you're stuck in traffic, that's a tremendous amount of CO2 being put into the environment. It's money that's being wasted. We're dealing with all the data collection happening from a mobile device. Anywhere someone is driving, we know the speed, and we'll actively try to route you around an accident, a hazard, a severe slowdown. It's very simple, right? We can actually reduce congestion. We can clear accidents faster. If you're saving time, it's more time you get to spend being productive or being with your family or having hobbies, and it's just time that's been kind of stolen from us now that we could get back.
Cities need to improve because they're just hard to deal with. It takes a lot of energy to, be part of this machine every day. There are going to be a lot of positive effects based on the ubiquity of networks, so we can make smarter choices about cities.
The smart city is one that cares about the environment and cares about technology. For instance, it would be great to know how much cloud cover is happening right now above my building.
Solar panels are on all the time, but they will be able to predict better how much power they will generate.
And if I had a zillion of these data points in a city, we'd be able to compute on the fly to really tune and optimize a renewable energy grid.
A smart city is a city that can take care of itself. We can get real-time data about food shortages, about flooding warnings. I think this data can be manifested within cities, and it can actually help us to make better choices.
By virtue of connecting the various devices, we enable them to work together, to be coordinated.
If you start to think about the projections of 50 billion connected devices by 2025 across the world and in smart cities, the amount of energy and money that's going to be saved is just astronomical.
I think it's a very exciting time to take this power and play an active role in creating the cities we want.
There's room to grow, there's room to evolve, there's room to be positive.
I think that there is a space of time that we will rise to the occasion and create the change we need so that we reach Civilization 2.0.